What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we are here to talk about this brand new news post that just went live. I completely forgot it was news time, and then they decided to release the 10.5 anniversary part 2 Sugo Fest, which is going to be looking like the treasure map Sugo Fest. I need to get a little, an actual glimpse of what is going on here. So we've got a Kaido and King. Dude, this artwork looks so good. Though, because he doesn't have the mask, I feel like this should probably be called Kaido and Alba. Little bit of a nitpick there. I want to have a look at this animation. I literally haven't seen anything in regards to what is going on here, but I do know that there's a brand new mother trucking Katakuri that we're going to be going through here today, and I really hope that is a good unit because Katakuri usually gets shafted in Treasure Cruise, but man, that animation is amazing. Look at that, Mr. Slam Jam and the insane big bitch, the beginning of hell. Dude, okay, let's see. Dude, I love my man Katakuri. It's awesome. He's getting more representation. Look how sick this dude is. Hell yeah. I really hope that they're good. Maybe they're going to work together. Probably they're going to work together. I will say Big Mom looks a little bit weird in the animation. Very weird animation with those two. And then a 5-star unit of Blackbeard and Shiryu, and a 5-star unit of Shanks and Beckman. So we've got the old school 4 emperors and their best crew member. That's pretty interesting. Okay, get them now. Period 11/11 is when they are going to be going live. Okay, let's jump into this one. We have the news post here breaking down all of their information. Let's go to the English translation. Let me just go over here. I want to turn off. Yeah, so we want the Japanese on, so we can see where the English starts. Okay, right here. Oh, they're actually going to show the in-game stuff here too. That's new. Alright, so we've got Kaido and King, Flame to Change the World, who are going to be a dual unit, and let's get a little bit of a look. I can't actually read exactly what color they are. It looks like Kaido is Int and Alba is Strength. I am a little colorblind. I'm pretty sure that could be Quick. We'll see. Maybe they'll probably give us a bit more info as we go along here, but Driven Powerhouse, not really surprised there. Let's go ahead and have a look. So they're quick. It says it right here. They have Captain Shift, Super Class, and Super Tandem. Their special increases the chain multiplier depending on the HP at time of activation. That doesn't get me excited. Effects that activate during, or based on your HP. We've seen it more recently. Not really a big fan of these types of effects, but let's see. Special ability of Kaido and Alba deals 1 million fixed damage to all enemies, ignoring everything, including normal attacks only. So kind of like what Roger does. Deals 300 times their attack and non-type damage to all enemies at the end of the turn for 2 turns. So it allows you to get around resilience, which is pretty cool. Reduces crew's tap limit duration by 3 turns and bind duration by 7. This effect is very obscure. Usually you don't remove this, so the fact that this character has this is bizarre. Very weird. Okay, bind removal is cool. If you have a Driven or Powerhouse Captain, boost the chain multiplier for 2 turns based on your crew's HP when the special is launched. So you can get it says boost the chain multiplier. So it looks like this looks like a chain multiplicative buff, the way that this is worded. So 1.3, 80% or above, 1.5 at more than 30%, 1.75 times if you're below 30% cannot be removed by crew or enemies. I mean, this kind of effect is okay. I mean, it does give you a pretty decent buff. It's fine though, it's not a crazy buff. If your HP is 30% or above when you launch the special, allows crew's multiplicative chain multiply boost, which is this, to be buffed a further 2 times. Further increases those boosts by 0.3, and then boost base attack by 500. I mean, that is a slap in the face. A 500 base attack boost is literally nothing, but having the potential... Okay, you have to be above 30% to get the buff. This is really weird. So you have to be above 30% for the multiplicative buffs to be buffed. So it means that you can only get 1.8. You can't get this multiplied by the 0.3, unless if you have 2 Kaido and Albas, then you can get that to work. I will say that this special ability is pretty underwhelming. It doesn't do a whole lot. It's not good enough in my opinion. Remember, this character does have Captain Shift, so that may change how good this character is. And the captain ability might be kind of crazy. If this is anything on the same realm of Roger and Rayleigh Gaban in terms of the captain effect, hopefully it's something good. Let's see. Reduces cooldown of Driven Powerhouse by 1 at the start. Boosts chances of landing dex slots. So it's a strength quick unit that boosts chances of dex. Odd. Changes deck slots into Wano. Okay, that makes sense. That's actually really good. Boost driven and powerhouse characters attack by 5.75 when they have a non-type slot. 5.5 times otherwise 1.5 HP, so lots of HP, very tanky. So you get the bigger buff when you have a slot on your character that isn't a colored slot. So strength dex, quick, psi, int. I don't know if rainbow slots count for that, probably not. So if it's just not one of the strength dex, quick, psi, int slots, you get 5.75, 5.5 otherwise. This is the dual captain effect, so the solo captains will be a bit weaker than this, but still pretty decent. Recovery and tandem slots will be matching. When taking damage from the enemy, or character has a Wano slot when tapped on, applies ignited status to all enemies, ignoring immunity for 2 turns. That's pretty cool. Okay, so when you take damage, or you have a Wano slot and you tap on it, you can inflict it to the enemy. So this is very reminiscent of Versus Akainu, but also having effects of Magma Kaido as well. So that's pretty cool. If King, Albert, Queen, or Jack is a crewmate and uses a special, allows crew's lock chain multiplier effect and color affinity boost to be further buffed 2 times and further increase those buffs by 0.25. Completely removes this character's special reverse bind, despair, paralysis, and special bind. That's also really, really cool. Being able to have this character in the captain spot that's basically unaffected by most common debuffs is very powerful. So this is obviously taking a bit of what Albert does, obviously. So this is cool. And if you've got one of the big 3 from Kaido's crew as a sub, as a crewmate, and they use a special, it says allows the chain lock effects, color affinity buffs as well, to be buffed 2 times and buff it by 0.25. It's really good, actually. Captain ability is quite impressive, I must say. What you could do is you could have, like, Alba as your sub and have an Alba friend captain. When you use this character as a sub, the friend captain one will activate for this, which is pretty cool. So if you do use it as a crewmate, it says reduces driven powerhouse special charge time by 1 at the start of the quest. That's also really good. So you could just have him as a sub at the start and you just get -1 across the board, and lets character completely evade special reverse and special bind, which is good. Although it is weird that this character can evade this, but then as a sub, when you activate the special, like, he doesn't remove special reverse or special bind. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. If he had the ability to give, like, 2 turns of cooldown to the crew, or remove, like, 7 turns of special bind on top of what he already did, it would be way more impressive. Let's see this captain shift effect. If Kaido is captain, switching to Alba, you can switch it to the middle left character, or middle left. Interesting, because Roger Gang was middle right, so this is now middle left. If Alba is in the middle left, switching to Kaido, you can switch it to the captain for 10 turns. Reduces this character's special charge time by 3. Changes adjacent slots into Wano, which is good. Doubles damage dealt to enemies with ignited or paralysis status for 2 turns. That's also really good, of course, because this character has the effect in the captain to trigger the ability to inflict them with the ignited status. When you take damage or you tap with the Wano slot, you ignite them. The captain shift can give you a conditional boost against that. Very strong. And then the base switch effect will give themselves a Wano slot, which is also really good. And then also applies a 15% strength dex and quick resistance. What I will say is a little bit weird though, because if you activate their captain shift, if you want this character to become the captain, you're not going to be able to actually inflict the enemy with the ignited status, because they only change adjacent slots into Wano, and you only get their own Wano slot when you activate the normal switch. So I guess what you could do is, when you are starting them off as a sub, start the sub off as Kaido, use 1 switch to guarantee themselves a Wano slot, and then on the next turn, when you're Alba, you switch again back to Kaido, and then it'll allow you to say, do you want to become the captain? And then you can make sure this character has a guaranteed Wano slot. So it's a little bit finicky, I must say, but with what I've experienced thus far with captain shift, it does seem pretty good. I do like the mechanic, and I think it does have quite a lot of potential. This character just seems a little finicky to use. I will say the special ability is just really underwhelming. I really would just wanted there to be more in here. It just doesn't do enough for me. The captain shift effect is good. The switch effect is good. They do have super tandem, which I did completely forget about. So the super tandem boost base attack by 1000 for the user of the final tap sugo special for 1 turn. Applies a tandem attack boost of 2.25 for powerhouse and driven. Very basic super tandem effect. So I'm going to assume that Katakuri and Big Mom is going to be a final tap unit. Not too sure, but it would make sense. We'll see. Super class. It changes driven characters into super driven. Crewmates can also activate this super class. So I assume if this character is a sub, you can also activate it. That seems pretty good. Can choose to completely remove Captain Switch. Fine. Reduces Driven and Powerhouse character special. Okay, now we're talking. That's good. And reduces their charge time by 2. Holy crap. Okay, that's really good. That is an incredible superclass special. Super Driven, activatable as a sub, removing Powerhouse and Driven characters special bind by 7 and giving them -2 turns of cooldown. Okay, this is officially a very good character. It all comes down to what the activation requirement for this character is. It would make sense if you probably have to have one of these characters on the crew. I mean, obviously this character is partly Alba, so maybe a Jack or a Queen on the crew. If it's like something like Magma Kaido, where you can use any of the Toby Ropo, Big Mom, etc., it's going to be very, very easy to launch. Man, this is such a good superclass special. How are they in Rumble, though? Let's see. In Rumble, Driven Powerhouse characters, level 6 defense, level 6 attack, level 6 speed. That's good. Target enemies in a large range for 3 times damage. If you've got 6 or more Driven Powerhouse, target all enemies for... Oh, this character is going to hit incredibly hard. What's their 36? 36 is high. 36 is high, but this character does do a lot of damage. I mean, when you first pull the character at base level 99, this character is just going to be okay. But when you have this character with, like, you know, max investments, this character is going to be an absolute beast. They have Rumble Super Special as well. You have to be hit 3 times, and then the stats are buffed. Large range 3.5 damage. If you've got the 6 or more Driven Powerhouse, 5.5 damage. Target self for 100 HP heal for 60 seconds interval and level 5 CT up. It's pretty good. And their Rumble ability gives Driven Powerhouse characters 7 attacks, 7 speed, 7 HP, 5 blow away. That's okay. Like, that's fine. If the speed was replaced by defense, this character would be insane. And they do not have a burst skill, which is a shame. But overall, I think this character is fine. Like, I will say the artwork looks so good. Artwork looks fantastic. The Captain Shift, I'm a big fan of. The super type, or the super class, should I say. This super class is incredible. Very, very good super class special. Captain ability is fine, but like, I will say if you're comparing it to like Roger Redley Gaban, I feel like theirs is better. They do have the bind removal in the Captain effect. This character does not have an innate ability to remove gimmicks, but it does have the ability to generate Wano slots, which are very powerful. They can't be removed by the opponent, etc. And being able to inflict the ignite through immunity could definitely have good implications, especially when you activate Captain Shift, so you can have the conditional boost against that. So basically, the way that I see that is, this character is terrible as a friend captain. This character definitely shines when you own it yourself, so you can activate the Captain Shift mechanic. Without that, this character I feel like is just very mediocre. In Rumble, I feel like they're going to be good. It's going to be hard to squeeze them into teams, I feel like, and this character is not going to be that great without investments. With investments, though, this character will be a very, very powerful unit. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this one down below in the comment section. Are you a big fan of this Kaido and Alba? Are you even going to pull for this unit? Let me know down below in the comment section. Hopefully you enjoyed it though. I'll have another video coming out very shortly talking about Katakuri and Big Mom. Very excited to jump into that one. Hopefully you enjoyed this one though. If you did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. I'm that, guys. I'll see you guys within the next video.